Hey guys, welcome back to Standard Issues, because we got issues with our standard. A lot has happened, a lot to talk about. So much has happened since Trump's failed assassination attempt on his life. Um, the RNC, I streamed that. There's so much to talk about with that, but I'm not going to get into that now because that's just a whole nother video. Uh, but like I said, I streamed it. A lot of great, most united RNC I've seen. Everybody was in good spirits despite the terrible assassination attempt that just happened just a few days prior. And it's just, like I said, despite everything that happened, Trump was in good spirits. It was very refreshing and a little bit easing to see him back to his normal self, doing his full like an hour and a half speech at the very end on Thursday. Um, just basically kind of like a rally speech talking about all the issues. It was really good. It's just a little long, but anyway, all the speeches there were great. I mean, you could go down the list: Dana White, Vivek, Hulk Hogan. It was amazing. But I want to talk more about, despite that easiness and that kind of relief that you felt, or you may have felt, hearing Trump and seeing him. I want to talk about not getting complacent. I want to talk about a few things, peep a few videos uh, that kind of shows what I'm talking about, and then get out of here. I just want to make a short video on this because this is really important. We cannot get complacent, okay? This is not over by a long shot. And this is undoubtedly, to me, there's all this new information coming out about the shooting, about this kid. To me, 100% inside job. Okay? You can deplatform me or censor me or whatever. I don't care. We knew this was coming. I called this, as well as many other people. Tucker Carlson. I've been talking about this for a while. And then, oh, whoops, oh, now here it's here. Trump, Donald Trump, our president, Donald Trump, is not supposed to be here right now. He was supposed to be gone, but he is here. And the Democrats, well, they're scrambling for a lot of reasons. They're panicked for a lot of reasons. And they're becoming the conspiracy theorists, which is pretty hilarious. But, the vile things that they're saying, the rhetoric, the toning down that's not happening, Trump's, the way he came out, that I think it was great. He tried to tamp down on the rhetoric and the violence, and just bring the temperature down, despite Biden coming out and saying that nobody really feels like he did, because then he went right back to the attacks and bad mouthing and whatever. But the point is that they could shake hands, they could smile, they could have a handshake and put their arms around each other, Biden and Trump, and that's nice. That's not going to happen, but I'm just saying that they could do that. It doesn't matter really, because how far gone this country is right now, and the amount of people and the sects of people that are just radical and have no care or value for life. Like, they're talking about Trump supporters. They're talking about Corey Comparatore. Poor, God rest his soul. A hero. He died a hero. And these people are being, he was just a normal guy. I mean, he's a Trump supporter, but it's like, he's just a civilian. You can hate Trump all you want. You shouldn't hate or want him to die. But point is, just somebody going to a rally to go after them and and saying all these disgusting things about them. It's obvious that we're in a bad spot right now, and people, this is my point, is that people want to rejoice and be happy, and I'm glad. I'm happy too, that we, like, history changed, like something happened that just saved. God was with Trump, and he saved him. But like, it's not like, yeah, okay, all done, we're good now. No, we're not. There's gonna be more attempts, I believe, and people need to get serious, realize what's the reality, and a lot of people are waking up, that's amazing. That's like, I'll make another video on that, and I'll be honest, I got really emotional about it, because it's just seeing how the country's been going for a long time, and how the media has just had a stranglehold on the average person, like the average American citizen, seeing these videos of these people saying, "Hey, I used to be this," and I've looked into it, and it's not true, and I thought I hated Trump, and now I don't because I realized I was wrong, and like that makes me feel so good. But like I said, I want to stay on topic. That those are good things, but we still have the crazies. Those are like the average people, like the people who are just kind of going with the sheep, going with the herd, just kind of, oh, okay, listening to the media. That's great, but those people will come over, but the other people won't. The radicals, the far left, they're just going to keep going further. And I mean, the stuff that we've seen over the past week since this happened on the internet, yeah, it's just the internet, but still, it's just disgusting. It's terrible. And, like, I spoke to my cousin's wife. She, her father owns a deli. He's conservative. He had somebody in there Saturday when everything happened, a woman who said, well, I don't want to even say what she said, but basically, I'm glad, that it happens, kind of like that. And he kicked her out. He said, look, this is my deli. Get the heck out of here. I wouldn't be happy if this happened to Biden. And this is what her father said as well. Like, I don't want this happening to Biden. He's one of the biggest Trump supporters that I know, and it's just terrible that we're in this state, that we're the point that we're in this country. And like, look, he's not a good guy. I don't want him anywhere with power, anywhere in the White House. I don't want him, I want him maybe to face justice, but not just to be assassinated. Like that's not, it's not good. It's not good for the country. Like, do you care? Does anybody care about the country? I think that there's a lot of people that just, hey, we got great lives, and I don't know why, but we're just here living, and I'm gonna complain about everything, even though, like, people in other places in the world are suffering and have terrible lives because of where they live or their governance or whatever else, and it's not America. And it's like, there's just a lot of, people who are not inconsiderate. They're like just brats who don't understand how good they have it, and I don't know that they care to save the country, save America. They've been taught to hate it. So anyway, not to ramble, but I want to get to these other points. I mean, we can't get complacent, can't get sloppy and nonchalant, and assume that things are okay, and just go back to normal. So like I said, there's numerous deranged people in this country who have mass formation psychosis, who due to the media and everything, who want Trump dead, 100%. Like, there's a lot of people who don't believe that, but it's true. And it's just the truth. I mean, there's enough miserable, depressed citizens, radicals, who are on different type of drugs and their own recreational drugs that they're doing too, that who knows what the heck they're doing, but these SSRIs that are being prescribed to them, that they're imbalanced. Like this kid, I don't want to say his name, but Thomas Crooks, like, obviously he was imbalanced, but he was also influenced, and I don't believe that it was just him. I want to see. I can't wait for the internet sleuths to, like I said before, I want the internet sleuths to get going on this. They already are, and I'm very encouraged by that. And I'll show you some of the videos actually right in a second, of people that have been doing, different analysis of their own, independent analysis, because we don't trust the FBI doing this, and they've been taken over. They've taken over the investigation. So there's enough of those type of people that are crazy enough to try it again. I mean, there's a lot of people. And people who don't care about their own lives. Even though there's a deterrence, the fact that Thomas Crooks was killed himself, people know that they're probably going to die, but that doesn't matter to some of these people because they're deranged. And also the notoriety, like the fame that they'll get afterwards, after the fact. I think that they think it's, worth it or something. And they just think that they're getting rid of Hitler, like the modern Hitler, and that's what they've been told by the media all this time. So I think, it'll happen again, and we need to be more vigilant, more careful. Secret Service needs to be, fixed, upped. This Kimberly Cheadle needs to go now, yesterday. And yeah, I mean, the coverage for Trump and for RFK needs to be upped big time. We've already passed the Rubicon. Okay, we're already passing, crossing the Rubicon. So we're already in civil conflict. If people don't think, there's a lot of people that don't think that. Like, it's like frogs in a boiling, water, pot of water. It's just the temperature's being turned up just a little bit every couple months, every year, and it's just like, oh, this is normal now, but it's not. It's not normal. I want to make this statement clear. A deranged kid, propagandized by the media and everything around him, who hated Republicans, attempted to kill a former president, but killed a Republican just because he was Republican. Now, he wasn't, I don't know that he was trying to kill that Corey Comparatore or any of the other people who were injured, but he did. So that happened. That's a fact. So because of everybody's relief that Trump didn't get hit, get injured worse, I think that's kind of lost in this. That is literally like a political murder that happened. Not that hasn't already happened, because it has, but just the sheer fact that somebody just went out and did it just because he was attending a Trump rally, essentially. Like I said, it's not. I don't know that he tried to get that guy particularly, but he did. It's a fact. That's what happened. So that's reality. I think people need to really understand that we're beyond the Rubicon. We're in the civil conflict, in the crisis here, and you want to say civil war, it'll come. It'll be coming if things don't get changed. And yeah, people don't see it. They don't want to believe it, but it's true. They've also, they threatened countless times that they're going to do this. It's on the internet, all everywhere. People have said it. Famous people have said it. I mean, I had played the video. You got De Niro and now Tenacious D and Jack Black and all these people just saying whatever. And we got Stephen Baldwin. I'm going to show a video in a second. Stephen Baldwin, the most disgusting family probably in America, the Baldwins, saying something else about media members, conservative media members from Fox. So it's just normalized at this point, and it's all the media's fault. I just want to say that, like the left-wing media, the mainstream media, and the Democrats, and all those others that we've talked about. But it's just the media has been pounding this in every day, 24-hour news cycle, CNN. You got to tune in. You got to stay focused on what the news. It's BS. It's used to just peep the news every once in a while, and now it's just 24-hour cycle, droning, mass formation psychosis in your head. Boom, boom, boom. These people are bad. You got to do this. You got to do that. And look at where we are. It's normalized. It's terrible. We're in a terrible spot in this country, and things need to change, obviously. But I don't know how we do that exactly. But point is that we're here. We must protect Trump. Like, we have to protect Trump. If we don't protect Trump, it will be the greatest failure in my mind, the greatest failure in our country's history, because we know it shouldn't have happened the first time. Okay, we know that they want him dead. So by the grace of God, a miracle, he wasn't killed the first time. But there will be more. And the fact that people are just kind of trotting along, like, who cares, or maybe not who cares, but nonchalant, like, oh, everything's back to normal. It's not. Okay, we need to get serious. And I'm not saying people need to go out and take a bullet for Trump like random people, but however we can, we need to deter any of this type of stuff, any of this violence, anything that can happen, because I mean, it might not be a gun next time. It might be an explosion. I mean, there's all this new information about the kid. He apparently had some explosive devices or whatever. So we just need to be vigilant. Vigilant and focused. And even as something as small as what the guy did, the guy in that group of people who was interviewed by the BBC, who said, he saw the gunman, a whole bunch of people around him saw the gunman, and they were screaming and whatnot. Just even that, I think people are saying, kind of bypassing that guy or whatever. I think that guy's a hero, actually. I think he didn't have, he didn't go up there and go kick the kid in the face or something. I understand why he wouldn't, but you could be scared. But at the same time, him screaming maybe the kid heard it a little bit. Maybe he got nervous a little bit. Maybe he got started to hate, go into haste, and that's what kind of threw him off a little. Anything that you can do, like, don't put yourself, I guess don't put yourself in danger, but, we, without Trump, it would be, we'd be in a whole different, situation right now than we're in right now, and our whole history would be changed off course to a different, downslope, in my opinion, and because I really do feel like Trump is one of a kind. It's not like his movement will never be killed, and I think that even if he says I'm done now, I'm not gonna run and figure it out. You guys figure it out because I've done enough, because he has. I think there maybe is enough, encouraged people and enough of a movement for something, but to maybe kind of keep going a little. But we're up against something that's way bigger than just Democrats. It's the deep state. It's the World Economic Forum. It's a lot, and Trump is really a unique man in history. He's a unique man, and we're in a unique moment in history where he's one of the only few people who really kind of kicks these guys' butts and doesn't take no for an answer. He doesn't say, oh well, or whatever, like a lot of these people. And it's just, he's a true leader, and it's just, I never really thought I'd say that about somebody like this, but I think it's real, and it's true. And I mean, that said, I think it's, like I said, it's really imperative that we we have to protect Trump. We must. And here's a couple videos that have come to light since the last video I did. I took a little break, but somebody made a couple animations here. Let me get the other view up. So, okay. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle and Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas need to be held responsible for their inaction during the assassination attempt on President Trump. This 3D animation demonstrates the events and details of what transpired. Absolutely infuriating. Absolutely, I agree.
This is the area we're going to focus in on. Here you can see the 3 victims that were injured by gunfire and where they were standing in the bleachers.
This is one of the best animations that anybody has kind of put together of just the overall everything and how where the paths of the bullets went.
We're going to turn around and
obviously it's a bit of a guess, but the targets that hit the bullets that hit the targets or hit targets, I believe those are pretty accurate.
Demonstrate exactly where these bullets came from. This model represents Thomas Crooks. His position can be seen here in this image, which illustrates exactly where he was. Turning around, we can see the path of all the bullets that were fired from this location. I placed a 10-foot red disc downrange to represent what an average shooter could hit easily. Now let's take a look at this first shot fired. Coming from our key location, bullet 1 grazes President Trump's ear. This is the same bullet that hits a spectator in the stands. We know this through video evidence. As President Trump is talking, the first shot rings out just after he says, "Take a look at what happened."
Something that said, "Take a look at what happened."
We can see the vapor trail of a bullet strike, which is the same bullet that struck President Trump's ear a split second earlier, and this video is this location here. Back at the podium, President Trump is shot and grabs his ear, falling to the ground as more shots rang out. In total, there were 7 or 8 shots, so let's rewind and watch this at regular speed.
Take a look at what happened.
With all that gunfire, it's easy to understand how these spectators were injured, even though they were not the target, including the sole spectator who lost his life that day. As we circle around, we can see how all the paths of the bullets were hitting in the location of this forklift machine, causing one of the hydraulic hoses to burst.
So that was something that a lot of people weren't kind of seeing or focusing on initially. But yeah, I mean, not that it's that important, but it was just interesting to see because, I mean, someone like Joy Reid, who was saying from MSDNC, was saying, oh, where'd the bullets go? And blah, 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 like all this garbage. And it's like, well, one of them hit one of the hydraulics arms and the whole speaker system came down. So she obviously didn't see much of the videos and she didn't do much sleuthing or like, you know, inspecting. But I'm sorry, I get emotional seeing this stuff because, well, I mean, I think it's obvious why, but it's just, it's sad that somebody lost their life. Two people were very injured, and then obviously the shooter was eliminated. Not that that's, it's upsetting that that he, you know, he was even in that position and in that place and time and whatnot, and did what he did, made the decision that he did, but more so just it's just upsetting because it's just amazing what happened. Like I can't believe it. And when I saw the pictures of Trump with his fist up and what he did afterwards, like that got me really emotional. I to be honest, I cried seeing that, and it's just and also I got pretty emotional when I saw all the people turning and you see the culture turning, and that was amazing for me because it's like years of going on with this type of thing and not getting anywhere with it, and then and fighting against it, and then all of a sudden there's like a peak through the clouds of like a ray of hope, and it's great to see. But yeah, here's another amazing video that somebody put together. Obviously it's not perfect accurate, it's not one-to-one, but I mean the faces are one-to-one, they say, because they mapped it using technology. But I personally, I know like there's obviously margin of error, but I'm saying like as far as the graphic, you see a bullet go by, it's really big, and obviously not super accurate as the size of it. But and then there's more that come through that are on the same plane according to this video, but obviously they weren't on the exact same plane. But yeah, I mean this is pretty amazing what this person did.
Take a look what happened.
I don't know about the music here. So this is basically him turning his head at the last second, showing where it obviously would have hit him in the head, no question. And unless he turned his head, which he did, and like the way that he did too, and he tilted it too. Well, he didn't just turn it; he tilted it, and it's just. And I don't know if if it was back splatter, like, because he had two streaks of blood on his face, and I don't know if that was the bullet like searing or cutting maybe his cheek as well, his face, or if it was just back splatter from the bullet hitting the ear, and then from just the wound that, oops, that don't want to join that. And then just here's like
Take a look at what happened.
Look at it.
Take a look what happened.
Yeah, this is another look on top of it. So they show the second bullet on the same exact trajectory plane, which obviously I don't think that happened. I don't know why they even included the second one, but the first one obviously got him. That's what most likely seems to be the case, and in the ear. And yeah, it's just amazing to see how close. This was a miracle from God. It's true. And but this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. The internet sleuthing. Like, we need to do this, and I see so many people charged and energized to do it, and encouraged, and just like interested and excited to do it. And that makes me happy because we're gonna get to the bottom of this. This isn't gonna be a JFK. Okay, this isn't gonna be some BS garbage, because you know that they're not gonna get any information out to us. They're gonna try to do the old century or 75-year holding and top secret, and then release it later. 75 years, century later, where everybody in this generation is gone. And yeah, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. And everybody keep doing it. Keep going. There's another one actually where this man calculated the sounds, the shots, and tried to find out exactly. Apparently, he's saying that I didn't want to include it because I don't know. It's speculative. Personally, he seems like he great in-depth analysis by him, but he seems like he's adamantly sure that there was a second shooter. A lot of people are saying that now. That's like a new thing, but I don't want to. The problem with the internet sleuthing is that certain people sometimes get stuck on or caught into a certain narrative because they feel like they've presented enough evidence for it, and then it kind of, like, you're on step 2, they present something that they feel is a fact, and then they keep going to step 7. People forget about step 2. They just kind of accept it as fact, when actually there was something different about step 2 that we didn't know or was incorrect. You know what I mean? So I think we got to be careful. That's the only bad thing. And the theory that there's two shooters, like, or more than one, I don't know, maybe, but this is what kind of got us into some trouble with the JFK stuff. Like, that's people say there was multiple shooters, and, like, we want to just try to get as close to the truth as we can, obviously. And regardless, what he did was great. It was audio, like an audible analysis of the audible shots through audio of the shots, just like putting the video onto like Audacity and kind of counting and then comparing. And after the first 3 shots, there's like a barrage of shots that come, 5 to 8 or whatever, or no, or like 3 to 5, something like that. After maybe even a 9th one. After all that, I believe that one of them had to be the snipers, but he's contesting that it's not. Regardless, I don't want to include it. You can go look at it. It's up there, and it's really great in-depth analysis, very interesting. But keep going, keep doing this stuff. I don't want to just show something like just horrific, like what I was saying before. If you don't believe what I was saying before, I mean, look at this picture that was taken. Should tell you right there. I mean, this guy's probably a lame loser who's a coward who would never try to fight or whatever. But so was this guy. He was a coward to do what he did. And when you have a gun or something like that, you're a big tough guy. You're not a coward anymore. So who knows? Who knows what this man is thinking? Maybe this is just like, maybe it's just a fake garbage, just trying to shock people. But it's not good. And this is just one guy. Like, this is just one guy of many, many others who have been just being horrible people after all this. So, like, here's Stephen Baldwin. He just threatened Greg Gutfeld and Jesse Waters with this stupid video.
Hey, Jesse. Hey, Greg. Gee whiz, sure hope nothing bad ever happens to you guys in the future.
Wow, yeah, you're a real tough guy, Steven. What are you, like 80? Like, please, relax. Here's another interesting thing with Alex Jones. But, it's just, his family's disgusting, and Alec gets off scot-free for killing somebody, murdering somebody. That's amazing. But they're just typical elites, Hollywood elites, get away with just say whatever they want, get away with whatever they want, even if it's murder. And then he's threatening right-wing media people or conservative media on Fox. It's cool. And here's Alex Jones saying that Hillary Clinton's going to replace Joe Biden. We all know Joe Biden's not making it to even August, but November, definitely not. And a lot of people have been saying Hillary. Well, not a lot, but a few people have been saying adamantly Hillary. Andrew Wilkow, who's great, and he has a lot of connects, and he has contacts who have been kind of messaging him a little, giving under the radar, hey, this is what it looks like things are going to be. She's sneaking her way back in, but I don't think she will want to lose 2 times now to Trump. So I don't think she wants that smoke. I don't think she wants the embarrassment of losing again. So who knows? Who knows? But it really should be Kamala, and it's just the fact that we need to hammer this home too with all your Democrat friends. They're gonna take him off and then do whatever they want. They're not gonna put Kamala up. They're petrified of having her be the one, because she's somehow worse than Biden, and a dementia-ridden Biden at that. And yeah, I mean, we have to hammer it home to these people, because they're gonna take him off the ballot, and then the delegates are just gonna present either a group of people that nobody voted for, or just pick someone that nobody voted for. So if I was a Democrat, I'd be pretty pissed about that. And all you Republicans who have Democrat friends, family, whatever, or you conservatives, hammer that home whenever they make this decision, which I'm almost positive they're going to do this. If they don't, well then do something else. But we'll figure it out, you know, different strategy here. But just, it's important. Hammer that home. You don't even get to pick your nominee. What happened? What happened to democracy? You know, Trump said it in his speech, first speech since in Michigan since the shooting, just today. It's Saturday, the 21st of July. He said, they're talking about, you know, I'm a danger to democracy, democracy. What has he done to democracy? He just took a bullet for democracy last week. That's what he said, basically, almost word for word. And it's like, yeah. And then on the other side, they're taking down their nominee and just picking somebody and not letting you vote. What's going on with democracy? What is this? What the hell is this? Like, people need to wake up. It's just hilarious how it would be hilarious if it wasn't so sad and depressing, and we're in the spot that we're in, that, you know, these, just how ridiculous it is, and how ignorant people are, and how out there it is, that people still don't realize it. But I think people are waking up. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm you know, encouraged, and I'm definitely optimistic in some ways. But like I said, the fact remains, we got to protect Trump, and we need to figure out the Secret Service stuff here. We need to figure out everything that, you know, can become a threat to him, and snuff that out. And yeah, we can't become complacent. We got to stay vigilant. And I'll end this with a little bit of a positive. Aside from that hilarious irony, this video is one of my favorite things that came out of all of this. This is I guess from Japan. They're saying it's from Japan. They made it like in 3 days after the shooting and failed assassination attempt. And I love it. I love anime, so I didn't know what to think of this at first, because I'm not happy with, I'll be honest, I just want to say this one other thing. I don't like everybody saying stuff like he's bulletproof and he'll never die and you can't kill him, because we don't want to go down that way. That's just going to incite and provoke people to go, oh yeah, these deranged people. Like, don't provoke them. This is still serious. This is still real life. Like, let's not say that stuff. When he's old, retired, done, maybe we can talk about that, and he's a Teflon Don. Awesome. But for now, let's not do that. Okay, I think it's important we don't do that. And oh, by the way, I did want to say, how great would it be to see Hillary lose to Trump again? And this is what he said. This is what Alex Jones responded. They plan to kill him. We're not out of the woods yet. Exactly. That's exactly my point. And yeah, let's not ask for anything like this, or incite, or provoke. And yeah, so anyway, this anime thing, I didn't know what to think of it, because all these videos, I'm like, I don't like these provocation type, you know, type things where people see it and go, oh yeah, and they just kind of, like, I don't want to normalize it, you know. But this, it took me a few days or whatever, and then I went back and I was like, this is amazing. I really like it, because I think Japan really reveres Trump. Shinzo Abe, they all know that they had a good connection, like a really good friendship, and he died, you know, through assassination. And there's another great video where people were asking people on the street in Japan how they felt about the assassination attempt, and the responses from them was really uplifting and amazing as well. And maybe I'll do that in another video, but I think they like Donald Trump, and they're basically doing like a JoJo stand thing, reenactment of what happened, and it's pretty good. I'll just play it.
我が心と行動に一点の曇りなし。すべてが正義だ。ドジャーンドジャーン
I can't play the music.
無理なんで遺体はこのバレンタインのことを好いてくれて。我が心と行動に一点。
I love it. I love it. They play YMCA because I know he loves that song. So good. So good. So anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna end it there. A really long video. I wanted to cut it really short, but sheesh, that was really long. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Let's stay vigilant, and I'll see you on the next one. And remember, just because you don't take an interest in the government doesn't mean the government won't take an interest in you. Peace.